Hey, welcome everybody. François Letat for my role-playing channel and a role-playing ramble while I'm walking. Something that is kind of related to RPG that is coming in a week. Mostly by the making of this video, it will start. And if you don't know what is RPG, well, every day of the month of August there's a question, and you have to answer it with positivity to spread the word about how cool role-playing game is. Well, if you don't know what it is, I can just put in the comment. I will send you a link up for the questions themselves. But I think that most of my subscribers of my modest channel knows about RPG Day, and I hope you will participate. All of my videos are already, they are ready on my channel to be published every day. So, but yeah, I was surprised when I finished RPG Day that 2 games didn't appear at all. And I think it's more of coincidence, but I was expecting that they would appear somewhere throughout the 31 questions, and no, they are not. So what are those 2 games? The first one is Chronique Oubliée Fantasy. I did a video, you can check out my channel. I did a video about this one. And Uncharted Worlds, a science fiction role-playing game. And why those 2? Why am I surprised about those 2 games? Is because, well, this is what I've played the most in the last year. They've been all around. So they could have fallen into one question or another, and no. You know what? Okay, let's go through some of the questions of this year's RPG Day. First question is the first role-playing game played this year, and it could have been one of those 2 games easily, since I was very regular with them. And no, this is not the game. So I'll let you watch the video to discover the answer, but no, none of them was the first. What other question? Oh, my favorite character. Well, in my Uncharted Worlds game, I'm playing a religious figure called the Reverend Colby's Colt. And he could have fallen easily into that category, since I really have a blast going with this character. But yeah, another one took his place while I was thinking about the answer. What other questions that have got near for those games to appear? The first game bought of the year, or the latest game I've bought. Well, I haven't bought a lot of role-playing games in the last year, and both of them are quite recent acquisitions. While Chronique Oubliée is a more older acquisition, so maybe Uncharted Worlds could have fallen into that category. And no, other games. I will talk about other games. So, and my favorite role-playing game, well, Chronique Oubliée took a quick rise in the last year. And well, even if it have fallen into my top role-playing games, well, it didn't won the honor to be named as my favorite role-playing game. So, well, for those who may know my taste and style, you may have an idea of what role-playing game might be my favorite. But yeah, so those 2 games were short of getting into some answers, and no, it didn't happen. Okay, see, if I take other questions that were asked with different years of role-playing game, they would have easily fall into that. And yeah, I will try to answer those questions right now, because if those questions are coming back, let's say next year or in 2 years, those games might change their status within my role-playing habits. Okay, so right now, okay, the most played game in the last year, so Chronique Oubliée Fantasy would fall into that upper end. I've been playing this game for a couple of months, I think 10 months, twice a week. So, that's where I really discovered and enjoyed this game. I explored the game system, how it works. The game is not perfect, but its imperfection kind of encouraged me to be creative and make a lot of rulings. Okay, so I'm having a blast running this game so far, and the only thing missing about this experience would be to play it with maybe adult players instead of teenagers. But yeah, that is the most played game, and being so regular and doing it twice a week really made me dig through the game and think about it and think about the game system and think about how I would put it to my hand. Yeah, that was a great experience, and I'm looking forward for next school year because it might come back and there will be more of that game. Probably some of my gigs with other role-playing games will be sent to this one because it really hits the spot, and this will be probably the most played game again. We'll see. As for the other game, well, the last game I've been a player in, let's say that is a question. So it's Uncharted Worlds. In fact, I think it's been a long time since I haven't been a player into a game. Even when I go in conventions these times around, I'm mostly the game master because I want to give a hand and offer tables. So it's not often that I'm ending up in the player's seat. And Uncharted Worlds, well, we've been on that since almost a year. This is a PBTA game. We do that into the RPGS2, a science fiction book. And well, I'm not a huge fan of PBTAs. I do appreciate what it's meant for, but what helps in that ride is that all of the players around the table and the game master are big fans of PBTAs, so it kind of, well, their enthusiasm helps me take a lot of pleasure into that, and that's why my character, Reverend Colby's Colt, almost made it as my favorite character. Maybe it will come to that because there's a twist in the campaign right now. We're taking part of a revolution, and it might come in conflict with my religious conviction. So we'll see, but there's a lot of fun ahead. And yeah, I will enjoy this campaign as long as it will take place. But yeah, Uncharted Worlds, the last game I'm in, and well, pretty much the only game as a player I had in a long time. So that was my walking ramble for this evening. My name is François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.